Hello, 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 hello. Ooh, two people on. Yay. One of them's probably me. Hi, everybody. Hi, Clay. Welcome. Sorry I didn't go live last week. And I'm going to try and keep it kind of short tonight, too. How are you? Almost a year older, right? Coming up pretty soon. Hi, Nex. Hi, Penny. I haven't seen you for a little while. Hello, hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'll give it a couple minutes here because it's only 6:58 according to my computer. Ugh, feels like forever. I had to go back and figure out what I did 2 weeks ago and look at the prizes. I forgot I even had prizes from then. You've been moving. Oh, you're unpacking. Okay, so you did move. I thought you might have been moving because I remembered you saying you were doing it. I couldn't remember when. That's a horrible, well, it's not horrible, but it's a busy thing. A busy, let's put it this way. I don't know if I could go through a move right now again. I moved my mom twice in 2 years. I think it was twice. Might have been 3 times. Sold her house and all that jazz. And I just, I don't know if I could do that again right now, especially with my house the way it is right now. Hi, Philomena. You haven't had internet? Oh, we've missed you too, Penny. I missed everybody. I feel like withdrawal symptoms there for a bit. Last week was a nutsy week. I mean, yeah. My son ended up in the hospital, and he's still not feeling great, but he went back to work Friday, and then he actually ended up being off yesterday because he didn't feel good again. And he's back today, so we'll see what happens. He should be, well, he's made it, he went in early, and he's made it most of the way through the day so far because he gets off at 11, I guess. Okay, well, it's 6:59. So I'm going to start off with the drawings from the last time, and also a reminder, September 30th is Sunday, and it's right around the corner, guys. So if you need or want anything, please order through Nick's Crafty Corner. Here's her host code, U2KUBVAH. I will leave it open through Sunday, and then on Monday I have to close it out and let Nix know what her rewards are and things. I've been kind of giving her a running total. You had a bad move? Oh. Yeah, see, I need to start on that now. I actually, last night I was on Spectrum Art Maddie and Madison, if you're not familiar. They had a yeah, Monday the 30th is my mom's birthday too, but we're gonna celebrate on Sunday. So happy birthday, Clay, young fellow. Anyway, I was on Spectrum Art Maddie's channel yesterday, and they were doing a live sale, and Kateri, I can't remember all the rest of her channel name, but her name's Kateri, Kateri. Hi, Karen. Welcome. So she made a comment. Kateri made a comment. We were chatting, and said she just didn't want to leave all this mess to her kids to figure out. So I was actually walking with my daughter today, and that really made me think because I have such a mess in this craft room, and it's 2 businesses and then personal stuff. Hi, Marla. Yay, I'm glad you made it too. So I'll get started on cards and stuff in a minute. I'm just chit-chatting a little bit to let people come in. So yeah, I'm thinking I need to really start on the beading stuff. I don't know. It might be easier if I just find a liquidation company and have them come in and give me an estimate and sell it all at once. Now I don't want to sell all my jewelry stuff, but because most of it is for a business that I am not doing much with, I probably just need to liquidate and then go out of business, and then I can relax and have fun with it, you know, just play with it. Stampin' Up won't be so bad because everything on that business is expensed as you go, because I don't actually bring the product here and sell it to you. I sell you, and then you go order it from Stampin' Up. Hi, Kilburn. Hi, Christina. Christina is Kilburn's Creations. Yes. Yes, and I don't know. Oh my gosh, if they threw all my jewelry stuff in the trash, I'd definitely be sick. Well, they can't really either. I don't think the IRS would care for that. Okay, so that's enough about that. Because I'm getting older too, and I gotta start thinking about that stuff, you know, like, oof. Okay, so later on, we're gonna get into making some cards using this Shine Bright stamp set, and this, I love this Peace on Earth font on here. I made stamp sets using the dies, the matching dies, and I'll talk about this when we get to them. I also use the stitched nested label dies, you know, the ones that look like that shape on one card. And I used this stamp set, but I didn't use the dies that cut out all the various stars. I just needed it for some sentiments on here. So let me move them out of the way temporarily, and we'll do our drawing. So I didn't have a live last week because of my son being in the hospital, but I did remember from September 9th, these were the prizes. This mini bow set, which has most of them probably in there. It might have them all. I can't remember. It had 45 mini bows, and it might have mostly. That drawing is going to be for commenting on, and the comment that time was which card you liked the best. And we have 6 people that commented. So it seems to be dropping, guys. Don't forget to come back and leave your comments. I have my little bits of paper here. Here's number 1. It's Sherilyn. I'm going to say it wrong. Call, probably. Caughel. Anyway, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Yeah. Will I be able to select winners for your Stampin' Up party in my next? Yes, I should be able to. Next, we'll have to coordinate on Monday if you're going to be available, and we'll pick then. So I'll put a note on my calendar to contact you Monday, because Monday I have to close it out, and then we'll figure it out. Okay. Okay. So number 2 is Mandy DeHoog. And number 3 is Crafty Michelle with 1 L. He's here in the States. I think the other Crafty Michelle with 2 L's is overseas. Stamp Girl, she probably won't be with us tonight. She had something going on at home. So that's Paige. And number 5 is Marla's Crafty, who is on, or was on. There she is. Marla. Yay! Don't forget, guys, to do this for me, please. It really helps my channel. Hi, Note Spinner. It keeps buffering? Really? Not buffering on my end at all. Try hitting refresh. 6 is Nick's Crafty Corner. So those are the ones in the drawing for the mini bows. So let me turn away. Put you guys under here. I'm turning away. Make sure I only have one. And let's see who won the mini bows. And by the way, all the prizes I had from my 2K subby giveaway, number 2, Mandy DeHoog, is the winner of the bows. And I do not have your address, Mandy. So if you see this, and could you please email me? And guys, I'm going to give people 2 weeks to email me. Hi, Angela. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to give people 2 weeks to get back to me with their address. So, and this is for mini bows. And if they don't, then sorry, we just lose out. And then I I could only see one person that put the link to sharing, even though I think Nick's shared for me too, but I couldn't remember. So Clay, you're getting the embossing buddy because that you were the only one that had a link down below. So let me get a piece of somewhere. I have a sticky note or something. Here we go. So this is for Clay, and I will try and get, if I get Clay, I have your address, but if I get Mandy's address, I'll get these out on Thursday or Friday this week. You're welcome. Okay, so that's the drawing for that. Let me remind you also of the prizes for, and we'll have drawings for other stuff at the end for next week. Let me remind you of the prizes possible for ordering from Nick's Crafty Corner party. And let me just, sorry, I just moved my book and now I need it again. Okay, so anybody that places an order, anybody will have a chance at this one. It's a paper pumpkin refill kit called Be Mine Valentine, along with the brand new Melon Mambo Stampin' Spot, a brand new block, clear acrylic block. Sorry, this is back. Sorry. The used stamp set, because this is a refill kit which doesn't come with the stamps, but I'm giving mine and they're perfectly fine. They're photopolymer. And then the kit that looks like this. Sorry for the crinkling. So it's little pillow boxes with the chameleons and the kangaroos. So it's a Valentine's kit. Okay, well, you can do lots of stuff with it. I'm sure I have an alternate video up somewhere back in January. So that is, you'll be eligible to be put in the drawing for any order. Then for $25 and more, you'll also be eligible to try to win this One for All stamp set. It's clear mount. It's not the cling, but it's the red rubber, and it's got 4 really nice things. I never got to use this. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Have the best day ever. And sending hugs, which is really, I like all of them. Okay, so for 25 and up, and then for 50 and up orders, and this is on Nick's party, so basically in September. For 50 and up, you'll be put in a drawing for this brand new full kit, Hugs from Shelly. This was a special. It's no longer available. I can't get any more. Who, me, Angela? Are you talking to me? I did not. Your Twitter. Okay. Thanks, Clay. It's not open, so I'm not going to show it, but this is the one that had the bird's nest and they're like note cards and stuff. Beautiful kit. I love it. And also a paper pumpkin block, because there's not one in there. If you would like to, so don't forget then, order through Nick's Crafty Corner. There's only, through Sunday on this one. So please order from her. Okay, you were talking to Nick's. Okay. And Nick's, you have something coming from me also, as does Karen Kramer, Bonnie Myers. I could not get her to respond on her address. I found one I had from January. I hope it's the right address, because I sent all her 2K prizes to her. And I stopped doing my 2K prizes for now. I may just do random giveaways, and but I need to do some D-stashes and stuff too. So anyway, thank you, Phil. I mean, I think it's all cute. Okay, so a couple more things. As you know, through September 30th, the buy 3 get 1 free designer series paper is still going on. I mean, you can get 4 of 1, but it has to be one of these: Perennial Essence, See a Silhouette, Come Sail Away, Magnolia Lane, Garden Lane, Follow Your Art, Woven Threads, Dynaroar, Bird Ballad, and Pressed Petals. That one's probably my favorite, along with Perennial Essence. I don't know. I like several of them. Bird Ballad's really nice too. I love the birds and stuff. So if you know, don't miss out. I haven't seen anybody get their designer series paper. Buy 3 get 1 free. It's a good deal. So you're saving either $11.50 or $14.50. Probably $11.50. Also, the paper pumpkin for next month and the following month are going to coordinate. They look to be pool party. They're winter. It's called Winter Wonders, but they're considered to be the holiday paper pumpkin kits. Really cute. They're $22 a month plus tax if you do the month to month. If you do the prepaid, it's $22 plus shipping and tax, but they're discounted enough that it makes up for the shipping if you take the 6-month or the 12-month. So, yeah, make sure if you're interested, you know, every month I do an unboxing video and I make it as intended. And then I come back and do alternatives. Did you all see my Halloween alternatives? My Bon Appetit ones? Let me know in the comments, because if you didn't, I'll do a quick show of them. Anyway, this paper pumpkin kit, this is right up my alley, I think. It looks like to be pool party, a brown, some real red. It's got snow in it, so it doesn't say it coordinates with any of the holiday catalog stuff, but the colors do. They seem to coordinate with like the Let It Snow set. So anyway, thank you, Philomena. Penny, you didn't get to see them. Karen says yes, they were amazing. Okay, I won't show them all again. If you didn't see it, go check out my alternatives video that went up on Monday. So okay, and then I'm just going to flash a couple things up. So these are sign up for this one by October 10th in order to get it, because they bill on the 11th and then they ship right after that, like around between the 13th and 15th. Some people actually get those by the 15th. I never have. I usually get mine around the 19th, 18th or 19th. And then the November one, this one's going to be 10 A2 size cards, you know, like the regular cards I do. And then this one's going to be 24 tags, and they will coordinate with each other, but they stand alone. So these look to be really cute. Make sure you get yours by signing up. And then I can't show this yet, but starting in October, demonstrators are going to be able to order a new trimmer that they're coming out with. I don't know when that's going to be available for customers. I probably will buy it because it's not a bad price actually for it. But to me, it looks sort of like the old one, but it's more sturdy, I'm told. It is a blade trimmer. And then there's going to be another sweet bundle offered while supplies last, only starting November 1, but we're going to be able to pre-order if we want to. And it's going to have florals in it. It's going to be like Christmas florals. It's going to be called Christmas Time is Here Sweet. So I can't show you that yet, but come back next week and I'll show you a preview. Okay. All right. So let me get started here. Okay. Get this out of the way. So I am going to show you, I made one more paper pumpkin alternative. And I had saved all the bits out of the boxes, you know, when you punch out these little pieces up here, this little keyhole piece, and also there's like a bar that comes out up here. Well, I saved all those because I thought, oh, they kind of look like spider legs. So I made a spider. And then I just used the black paper and punched out the timeless, what's it called? Timeless punch? Timeless label punch. And cut the bottom off and made it into tombstones. And then this is one of the tags I stamped on, and this was one of the labels I stamped on. And then I popped up on dimensionals, the two little These were pop-outs in the kit, as were these, and I just put some black and silver twine coming down to the spider who's on vellum. So I thought that was kind of cute. And I just left it blank on the inside. Yeah, I mean, the kit, I don't have trick-or-treaters, so, and I was talking to my daughter about that today too. They don't put stuff in cute little boxes or bags. They just put stuff in a bowl and hand it out that way. And or they have something at their school called Trunk or Treat, where like they have a Saturday thing, I think it is. I forget, Saturday or Sunday. Anyway, all the parents and stuff that sign up for it, they open their trunks and decorate their trunks up and have bowls of candy, and then all the kids get in costume and go around. And it's at the school, so it's pretty safe because it's the parents right there, right? So anyway, that's one alternate. And then I guess we're going to make 2 cards, and then I'm going to show you 2 other ones using the same Shine Bright set. I'm so tired. I did a silly thing last night, guys. At 11 o'clock, I was still, Maddie on Spectrum Art, Maddie, stopped her. She was having a live sale, and she stopped at 11. And it was good because I was so tired. I was like, I'm fading fast. Are you going to be done soon? And so she finished. Well, and then I couldn't sleep. I was overtired. And so I started watching a show on Netflix. Oh my gosh. I'm so hooked on this show. I'm not going to say what it is because it's kind of adult rated and stuff. But I stayed up all night watching episodes of this show, and I got really tired, and I still couldn't get to sleep. So anyway, I stayed up all night. I haven't done that in a long time. I pulled an all-nighter, and I was really paying for it this morning. I'm okay right now, but I don't know. We'll see. So my lighting is bad. All right, this is the first card we're going to make. Now these particular dies, all right, it's this stamp set, Shine Bright, and the coordinating dies, and these do not cut out. They cut into the paper. So let me show you this one, because this is the one we're gonna do. See how they cut into the paper? This is this one, and these are almost 6 inches wide. So if you're doing a 6x6 card, they're perfect. If you're doing a smaller card, you're going to get, well, you'll see in another card, you're going to get only partial trees, either 2 halves or 2 full and a half or something like that. And then they have this. Now, this is the only one I didn't use tonight, but I used the stamp set that coordinates with that. So, the little dots and stuff in them come out really good. Excuse me. I did have to use, and it did take much, but I did have to use a roller and a dirty foamy pad. But I did use that, and I did use a pokey tool for just a couple of the tiny little ones on here to get them out. But these are just perforated lines. They don't pop out. Okay, let me see. What am I missing? Thank you, Angela. Penny. I can't see what the icon is there. Oh, a monkey for staying up all night. Yeah. Yes, I love blue. Blue and silver, and blue and white in particular, I love for Christmas and winter, So anyway, we're going to make this card. So I went ahead and die cut a strip of these. I just did the whole strip, okay? And I already punched out all the pieces. Then what I brought in is a piece of silver glimmer paper. Bling, bling, bling. That's going to go behind them. See how I put it behind here? So it sparkles through. Yes, I love navy also with, now this paper is called Seaside Spray. It's one of our 2019 to 21 in colors. It's, I think, becoming my new favorite blue that Stampin' Up has. I like it better than Balmy Blue. It's a little bit, let me see if I can show you the difference. I think I can, maybe. No, I don't have any Balmy Blue right here. Oh, shoot. I thought I did, but I don't think I do. No. I put it away. Sorry, guys. Anyway, Balmy Blue, well, here. You get the ink pad out. It's a little bit darker. You see the difference? It's a little more green in it than this one. This is more like, I called it gray blue when it first came out, but it's truly a pale blue. I love it. It's really pretty for summertime as well. Yeah, the ribbon is beautiful too, and because it's got sparkles, and that's called metallic ribbon, but it's actually Seaside Spray with silver through it, metallic. And it's a 1/4 inch, and it's soft, and it's pretty. I love that ribbon too, and I hadn't used it, so I had to get it out to use. Okay, first thing I have to do is cut this. Hopefully, I can do it without cutting, because these are pretty close together, and I have to cut so that I have 3 of them. But then I'm going to use this piece on our next card, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So I'm going to get this little trimmer out and hope that I can do this. I have 3 or 4 trimmers. This one I do not like for cutting my cardstock to make a card base, because you see it only goes up to like 5 1/4 really. 5 really, but 5 1/2 most of the time is right to this edge, but sometimes I get a little off, and if I do, then my cards aren't right. So, all right, I think right about there. Yes. Right down between them, I think. Oh, I did it. Yay! Now, I think I have it too tall. So let me get... All right, so we have an A2 card base. This strip we'll use for their sentiment. We have a piece of Whisper White. Let me see if that's going to fit. Yeah, I have to cut this down. And let me see if this will fit. Yeah, I like using this color. Okay, this is a little bit wide, but I think it's okay. Nope, I have to cut down. I just have to cut about 1/8 of an inch, a little more than 1/8 of an inch off the silver too. Sorry, guys. I wasn't quite as prepared as I thought, which is why we're only going to do 2 cards live, and then I'll show you a couple more that I made today. I think maybe that'll do it. I have to be careful here because I don't want to cut too much off, because they're really close up to the edge. So, all right, let's see if that did it. Nope, I didn't quite cut enough off. That. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if a tiny sliver of silver sticks out the edges. No, I need to cut just a tiny bit more off. Oh. Yeah, you love using that color. Well, I'll use some other colors tonight too, but these 2 cards we're going to make are both in the Seaside Spray. So, it is a beautiful color. And I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to go to there. And I'm saving these little strips because they might make a nice little border on something. They're sparkly. This silver, these glimmer papers by Stampin' Up, they're really nice. They look glittery, but they don't rub off. I got ink on my hand already. All right. And this I have to glue down close to the bottom so that I make sure I get it through all those. It's down too. I have to cut about it. Let me measure. I have to cut it down to the silver size. So this is 3 3/4 by 4 little 4.5. 4.5 by 3 3/4. So that's what I kind of need this to be, roughly. And we're doing 3 3/4. Wrong way. Hurry. All right, 3 3/4. Fingers crossed. I would save my and just put a strip behind the snowflakes. Yeah, I know, and I did cut it down on the first one. It is only it only goes to actually right where this ribbon is. So it is, but this one, maybe, I don't know. I'm so tired right now that I'm afraid I might mess it up, but I guess I could cut about 1 inch off of that. I'll do that. I will do that. Penny is right. Save your shiny stuff. Cut about 1 inch off. Actually, maybe 1 1/4 inches. Let me make sure. Okay. 1.5 inches. Okay. I'm still good. 1.5 inches. We'll cut off. That is what I did on the first one. So, all right. I think we can ensemble now. So that and that go together, and then this goes on here, somewhat centered. And actually on this one, when I first was making it, I was putting it down at the bottom like this. So I think we'll do that this time. And then I changed my mind and put the stars at the top. Yeah, maybe I'll do it the same way. Flip it over and go like this, because the stars are in the sky, right? So do you like it better with them at the top or at the bottom with the greeting up here? Use it as a stencil with some paste. Use which as a stencil? Well, these you could use, but it doesn't die cut the stars. However, and here's the thing, these stamps, they don't have matching dies to them, so you'd have to fussy cut this one out. So yeah, you could, I guess you could use that as a stencil, but you're not really you're gonna get a flower shape and then these little sprays coming out from it, but you won't get the actual star shape because that's just dotted lines. Do you know, does that make sense? Yeah. So I'm gonna put glue in the corner and in between each one of these, like a little triangle. And then maybe a little dot in between there too. I need some adhesive because it has to stick to that. Well, first it has to stick to the silver, right? So we're going to put the silver on first. Let me see if I can get it lined up somewhat. And then we'll put more glue on. I didn't even have to do it at the top yet. Another little trick. Use a silicone mat. If you have, glue going down, like if I've turned this over to push, yeah, see, I have it sticking out there. It's not really holding real good. So I gotta push down this way. And then I'm gonna put glue all over everything and then put it on the white backing, which is what I should have waited and done here. And actually, I'm already messing up, guys. Before I lay this down with the white, it's gonna be a long night. And it shouldn't be. I forgot to put the the ribbon, which I could wrap around the white too, but I would like it better just wrapped around the blue. So we're going to take our ribbon across. And scissors. I'll look up at comments in a second. And push this down here. Check that on the front. It's a little bit loose, but there we go. I'm doing it the hard way. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Your parents ever give you that line? Do as I say, not as I do. Yeah. My fingers are all sticky though. Normally, I would use, you know, a glue dot or, I'm not liking how that's laying, or snail on the back. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go. So that's that part. Does that look straight? I think it does. I think it does. Yay. And having the white backing there also helps help hold that silver in. Ooh, sparkles. Love it. My fingers are all sticky. Hang on. Buffering? Wow. Well, I don't think it'll still show as a stencil because these dotted lines, you'd have to use a cutter, like a cutting blade, and then it kind of ruins the design. I wouldn't use these as a stencil. I do use other stuff as stencils, but I wouldn't use these. I'm sorry you're buffering. Just everybody refresh because I'm not showing any issues on this side with buffering. So I don't know what's going on. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue this down onto the card base, and then we'll do our greeting. Greetings. There we go. Now the season's greetings that I have on here, that's actually out of the So Many Stars set. This is a wonderful set. This one's photopolymer. The other one is the cling mount. And here's the season's greetings we're going to use. And I'm just going to do that on a strip of Whisper White. And that's about the right. I'm going to stamp on it with it too wide. And then I'll cut it down. I already have it on a block. I'm using the H block. Okay, well, I'm glad it's not buffering still. Now, a couple options you could do for this. Did I just do that? Well, it's going on the bottom, guys, because guess what? I messed up again. So we'll have two variations, one on the top, one on the bottom. Y'all said top, and I placed it upside down anyway. Silly me. What was I saying? I don't know. Two variations. Oh, well. This one's going to go at the top. No two things are ever alike with me, apparently. I'm going to line this up on my grid paper. Oh, by the way, there's also new holiday grid paper available to customers. It sort of has the toile look to it, but it's green and then red grid papers. Thank you for the thumbs up, everybody. Appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to cut this down because I want it to, you know, go in that space there. Can't believe I did that. Oh, well. Sorry, guys. And bring out this guy again. Let's see. I think I have it. Actually, let me see. I think this is 3/4 inch. Roughly. No, it's actually more like 7/8. So, maybe I will do 7/8 again. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make it 1 inch and try it first. It might work. That'll work. It's a little wider, but it's okay. It's all good. And that one, we're going to pop up on dimensionals. Get out my handy dandy dimensionals. No accidents, just happy little, yeah, happy little trees. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna sort of off center that one. One on each end. 2 on each end because it's a little wide. And I use my dimensionals. I sure do. And that one I'll sort of put in the middle. Okay. I like the new black dimensionals too. When you use dark colors and stuff, they work pretty well. They work for the holiday, the kit, the paper pumpkin kit. They gave us some. Hang on. There is not a star die that goes with this particular stamp set. But yes, I do have the star dies. 1 second. Because you know, I got to try and get this on a little straight. But I don't do that real well. Okay. Let me show you in a minute. This set, the bundle is, I have to do the inside of that one yet, is this and these dies, okay? So there's not a die that comes with this to cut this out, or the tree, or this. But then there's the So Many Stars set. Now these stars are not the same shape as this one. This is like the Star of Bethlehem. And these are the 5-point stars. And these dies have the stitch star dies. And yes, look at all these stars. Whoa. I'm not using that this week. I'll probably be using this next week along with some other stuff. I'm anxious to play with these. I just haven't had a chance to yet. And look at this star flourish. That is so cool. So on like these geometric ones, you even have the points, different points you can put together with geometrics. A really cool die set there. So that would be one. Any of the stitched sets that are big like that I get, because I think they'll be so useful. Hang on. Excuse me. In so many ways. Even like for 4th of July, you wouldn't have to use them necessarily for Christmas, right? Okay, so we need our bling and we need to do the inside. On this one, on the inside, I stamped, "May you enjoy this beautiful season." That is also out of the So Many Stars. And I have that on a block already. So let me get that out and stamp. Yeah, it would be, but I'm not wanting to fussy cut. Some people love to fussy cut. I'm not one of them. I don't know. I have a little bit of arthritis in my hands. Maybe that's why. And maybe it's just the star I could probably do, but some of the other things I'm not real good at doing. You know, the intricate fussy cutting. That looks pretty good. I think I'm doing all right on my stamping here tonight as far as getting it straight so far, knock on wood. Okay, let me clean these up real quick and close my stamp pad. Well, they do have a die set. They just chose not to have one that, I mean, this is a stamping company, let's face it. They like the stamps, and they have to go to a third-party vendor to do all their dies. So, and they just recently changed vendors, which is, you know, they kind of severed the relationship with Sizzix because they were having trouble getting stuff. And I think there's some other reasons too, but I don't know. Anyway, so they just chose to do one like this, which is pretty. I'm really liking how this looks. So, and the next one, we're not going to use the silver behind. We're going to use just white paper, Whisper White, like this piece here. And that looks nice too, showing through the blue. But you know, some of us have to have our bling. All right. And this is a little bit smaller than the piece I used in the other one because it's what I had. I used my oddball pieces. Hi, Dia. Yeah, I love all the dies. When I first started doing this, I liked the dies more than anything. Okay. And then what I put on here is some of the For bling, I just used the regular rhinestones, which I'm trying to get out. These that are in the annual catalog. You could use pearls, but I thought they looked better with the silver. You could also use metallic pearls, but I just like the way these show up better. So we'll put a few of these around, like 5 or so. Just make it sparkle even more, right? Let's see, I think we need one up here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess that's enough. I guess that's enough for now. Okay, so there's card number 1. A2 size, strip of the silver. I think this is what I say, 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. No, that's the blue one. This one's 4 1/4, the white by 4, and then this is 3 3/4 by 4. I'm gonna get that wrong too. It's actually about 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11 16ths, and that's not right. And this is about 3 3/4. Let me try that again. 4 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about 4 5/8, actually, not quite. And then this is 1 inch wide on this one and 3/4 inch wide on this one, and I don't know what that is. Probably about 3 1/2 long. And then whatever this one here is, 5 by 5 1/4 by 4. And this one was a scrap, so I'm not sure. Looks to be about the same as this white one. So there you have it, first cards. And if you want to, you can slip a glue dot under the ribbon. I'm not going to do that right now, but I like to tack it down a little better on the front too. So there's our 2 cards. First card, you move that out of the way. The next one, I had, when I did this, I had this piece left. Well, I used it on this one. So I love this piece on Earth font in this set. There's no such thing as too much sparkle or glitter. Yeah. Never go wrong with a bow, right? You got to use that ribbon. I didn't want to do a bow on that card, or this one. I just wasn't feeling it, but I do use one on one of the next ones. So here, do I have my Whisper White cut? I have, yes, I do. On this one, this won't go all the way over. And in fact, this is a little bit different. We're going to use, again, the Seaside Spray as a base. A2 size card. So, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So it's 8 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. Then we're going to use the matte, which would be 5 1/4 by 4. And then we're going to just take this piece that had the 4th star on it and cut this piece down to be the 4 inches. So let me do that first. And then we separate that with the ribbon again. So I use my bits. Thank you. I'm going to do it wrong again. I always get that backwards. Okay. So we're going to go to 4. Oh, no. I had it right the first time. Ugh. My brain does not want to function when it's overtired, and it definitely is overtired. Okay. So same kind of thing. Instead of dealing with the sparkle behind it, we're just going to have the white pop through, and I think that looks really pretty too. So let me do that first. And then we have to put some glue here. Now this time the ribbon will wrap around the white as well, and we'll do that next. I'm saying that out loud so I don't forget to do it. Okay. And this time I will use my snail. I like the wet glue a little bit. That gives you just a few seconds extra wiggle room. Okay. I'm going to use a little bit of snail just on in the middle here. Where's my mat? And then I'm going to go like this on the back to tack it down. Tack the ribbon down. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Penny. I know, I'm addicted to the ribbons, I think. I don't know. Paige and I tease once in a while. Hi, my name is Deb. And I have a beads, paper, ribbon, all that addiction. And I actually should not have. I'm going to rub that off, actually. Or rub it over. Yeah, my fingers are dirty. Look at that. Ew. And try and get that off the card. And then I'll use my glue eraser. It was a little too wide, so I'm kind of shoving it over so that it goes under the ribbon better. There we go. That's better. I have a little bit still there. Okay. That tacked it down pretty good. And scissors are out somewhere. Oops. There they are. I only used my snips from Stampin' Up! For ribbon. I use my little pink ones for paper and gooey stuff that I've had for years. So, and they are duller than the ribbon ones. All right, let's make sure that's straight. Okay. And then we can go ahead and glue that down to the base, which does open this way. I'm opening it the right way. I've done that before too. Put the whole card on upside down. Then I had to cut it all apart. And yeah, we don't talk about those things too much. Edge the edge of the tag with ink. You mean the Peace on Earth tag or this? Which tag? You know, I do like to edge stuff sometimes, but sometimes I like a clean, crisp look. I'm not aggravated with you. I welcome all comments. I'm known for going and taking my Stampin' Up! Markers, or even sometimes if I want the ink to spread, like on the Halloween ones, some of them I did take my blends even because it'll bleed into the paper. These are the same dye-based ink that's in the Stampin' pads, and I have been known to go around edges on those sometimes, but I'm not doing it this time. Well, I don't know if I want to because that's stitched, and the stitching, I could make it show, but I can't draw a straight line, and I don't want to mess up the stitching. So I could try it. Maybe I'll try it. We'll see. I can always stamp it out again twice. Almost done with the cut. Yeah, you know, I'm not quite done. I still have to stamp, and we're going to stamp Peace on Earth. I have to find a piece of white. Actually, let's do the inside first so I can get that down out of the way. Let me find the stamp. It's the star stamp. Here it is. And I need a block. And I'm going to stamp that off because it's a little bit too dark without stamping it off. On my scrap paper. Scrap paper. Well, we'll use this. No, hang on. I buried my scrap paper. It fell down behind my trimmer. Oh, gosh. Get another piece. Oh, sorry, everything's falling. Okay. Oops. No, I don't want to use that. It's got an address on it. All right. I'm using the back of Nick's postcode paper to stamp off. If you wanted to cut the star out from the Shine Bright without fussy cutting, you might see if the die from Star of Light. I don't have the Star of Light die set, but it might. Yeah, I have seen that one. It's a pretty one. I don't have that particular set, though. But you're right. I don't think it coordinates because usually they tell us in the catalog if it coordinates. But I can check that and see. I think one is bigger than the other one. Okay, I'll try it, Penny. I'll try. Let me find my Seaside Spray marker. Got it out. There we go. Let's glue the inside in first before I do the Peace on Earth. I really love that, the font of the Peace on Earth sentiment and the size of it. I don't even know if I'm in screen yet. I guess so. I guess so. Okay, now Peace on Earth. Bring in another piece of Whisper White. Peace on Earth. And another thing you could do is, I don't want to do it on this card because I'm using all balmy blue, Seaside Spray. But you could, like if I was doing it on the other card we just finished, I could have, in fact, I had meant to do that. You could heat emboss this with silver or clear embossing powder. If you use the Stamparatus, you could stamp it in color and then stamp it again in clear embossing powder over the color, and that would be pretty. Or just use silver, or we could have used the new Delicata silver ink also. So different options you can have for the same card, just to make it look a little different. A Q-tip. Well, I don't really need the Q-tip. I just use the brush end of the die markers. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I have to take a sip of tea. Wouldn't doubt if I get sick because of staying up all night last night. Silly me. I am not a teenager or young person anymore. All right, I'm going to stamp this sort of up from all the edges because I want to die cut with the stitch nested label dies. There we go. Beautiful. Love it. I'm just cleaning my stamp. Sorry. All right. Yeah, I love the font. All right, so let me get my label dies out. And if you haven't seen these yet, these came out with the Bird Ballad Suite. They were part of that bundle in the annual catalog, I guess, or maybe it was Occasions. And I think, which one did I use? Nope, I used the second biggest one. This one. I used this one, which I think is the third largest. Because here's the largest, here's the second largest, this is the third largest, and then this one. So, third largest. Let me turn around and die cut, and I'll be right back. And then I'll check comments again. I'll turn it so that it's on the cutting side down. Done that boo-boo before, too. Run it through my thing and it doesn't cut. All right, I have to turn it towards me so I can see. Beautiful. Love it. And I'm going to run it back just because, and I know I don't have it at an angle, and that's why it made that loud noise. But there we have it. Woohoo. Put them down here. Okay, let's try the edging thing before we pop it up on dimensionals. All right. I don't know. It's just leaving a fine border. You can barely see it, but you want me to draw into the stitching, Penny? Thank you, Philomena. Give credit to the stamp sets, the designers that design these stamp sets. And I'd like to say that some year maybe I'd be able to design my own, but in my lifetime, I don't think I could ever reach $1 million sales achiever. So that's not going to happen. When you get to $1 million in sales, you get to work with the designers that Stampin' Up and design a stamp set. Now that said, it probably takes about 2 years, you know, for the design to get finalized and then for the stamp set to be actually manufactured and put in the catalog and all that stuff. I don't know. You can see it a little bit, but not a whole lot. Is that good enough? I think that's all I'm going to do. Just enough to make it a little darker around the edge and not really into the stitching or anything. Okay. Just do a little more. I like to do that on vintage looking cards too. But usually with like a light soft brown like crumb cake or a soft rose or something. Okay. All right, so now we need dimensionals. And then we need some bling. I'm not sure I'm going to use the same bling this time. I'll show you what I used there in a minute. Okay, it's nice that these dimensionals have little pointed ends because they fit right on the points. Okay. And I could use like the edges, but since I still have some dimensionals in here, we'll just put a couple of these on. It's a pretty big piece, so I want to make sure it has enough strength to hold it up. Okay, good. Thank you. Thumbs up, says Marla's Crafty. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who gave the thumbs ups already, too. 7 watching. Everybody must be busy this week. I usually get, well, I don't know. Usually get a few more than that, but all right. And then we just put that over this. I'm trying to make sure it's straight with the top. Okay, now we have a couple choices for bling. What I used on the first one was a combination of the snowflake sequins, which are really tiny, but they have, I'm going to open it upside down, aren't I? They have stars in it and snowflakes. So I just went through and managed to pick out 6 little stars. Well, that one's a little different than these even. And then I used the woven thread sequin assortment, which has all the in colors. So the balmy blue is in here too. And I used that on the white to show. But I was thinking maybe we could use some of these on this instead. Or could use a couple stars on the white, but I don't like these sequins. They sort of have a, I mean, I like them, but not on this card. They have sort of a, the iridescent has a greenish tint to it, and that didn't make me super happy. So, so I'm going to use some of the blue ones on the white parts, and then we'll see what we want to do with the snowflakes, because they take a little time to do. I'm going to put a big one down here and these mediums up here. I think I will do the snowflakes. Just going to take a little while. I mean the stars. And for that, I need my fine tip glue, which I buried somewhere. Here it is. I wonder if Stampin' Up would consider making larger dimensionals. I don't know. They have foam strips. I don't know that they'll do that. I mean, their business is stamping, and so they bring this other stuff as an aid to us to help us make our projects, but that's not really their main focus. Okay, I'm picking up the first star and plopping it down there. And I'm picking them up because they fell out of the container right when I opened it. So lucky us. Okay, here's one. And look, my take your pick tool picked up about 5 at a time. I don't quite want that many. I don't really want the snowflakes for this particular card. I could, but this is all about the stars. I need the other end of my other pick tool to put this down. There we go. And then I put 3 down over here. I'm going to put one down this way a little further. One there, and one over here. And let's see, here's one. Oops, where'd he go? I lost him. Let me get another one. There he is. Gotcha. They're so tiny, and of course on a white background, it makes it even harder to see them. And also, sometimes these stick together a little bit. These are in the holiday catalog. Like there were 2 together, and one came off. There we go. So there is our second card finished. The only ones we're going to actually do together, but I'm going to walk through 2 other ones. Hang on. That are different. Close up my glue. See what you guys are saying. You love the sequins. You love the sequins. My pick tool's greedy. Yeah, it wants them all. Next week sometime, I hope to do the snow globe and the big stars set. I want to use those. Enough bling. I think it's pretty. I think it's just enough. Okay, so that's that card. Second card. The next ones, we're going to switch gears a little bit. I'm still using the same dies, but I'm going to introduce in the wrapped in plaid papers. And the paper I'm going to use on the first one is this one, but I'm going to use this side with the berries. And then this last card, we're going to use the paper that is this plaid. And we're going to use both of them with shaded spruce cardstock. So let me just bring them in and show you. This actually is a 5-inch by 5-inch card. Thank you, Philomena. Watch for the falling star. Yeah. Yeah, there might be a few around here, and maybe snowflakes too. So this one, I used the trees, and I took a strip of, I actually had a scrap of shaded spruce, and it did the 3 trees. But unless I did a 6x6 card, and I don't have any I don't have any 12x12 cardstock in the right colors. So I used an 8.5 by 11. I thought, well, I can do a 5x5, so that's what I did. But I ended up cutting this piece off of the tree. I think if I was going to do it again, I would move these over and just have 2. I don't know, because then it wouldn't show out from underneath the tree. So the card opens like a regular card, not up and down. And what I did is I cut a 4 7/8 inch square of the Designer Series paper, which has shaded spruce and cherry cobbler and whisper white as the main colors. Then this strip, let's see how big that was roughly. About 2 1/4 inch strip, had the trees on it, which I cut at 4 7/8 inch also across. I mean, this way. And then what I did is I took the ribbon that goes with this set, the striped ribbon, and I glued it on the back of that strip just up to the gold here on both the top and on the bottom, so that the gold would show out from behind it and a little bit of green at the top. But the other part of the green is glued down to the back to hold it on. Marla, that's funny. Get on it, girl. 10 on the 10th, we do Christmas cards too. So come back on the 10th, we'll have 10 Christmas cards. I'm probably going to be doing not Halloween so much anymore, but fall, Thanksgiving, and Christmas from now till, I don't know. And that's going to be, remind me at the end to ask you the question to answer on the comments. So anyway, then I glued that down onto the paper, and then I stamped this tree, and I stamped it in shaded spruce onto Whisper White. I colored it with my blends with light shaded spruce, light cherry cobbler, dark cherry cobbler, bronze, and then I outlined the little star thing to make it bright in dark mango melody. And then I cut that out with the largest scalloped oval in the layering ovals dies. Okay. Thank you very much, Dia. Yeah, this is Shine Bright. Sorry. Shine Bright. Yeah, Marla, shine bright. Don't fall asleep. And then I stamped the Joy to All out of the same stamp set, just on a strip of paper. I think it's 1/2 inch by, I don't know, a little bit. 2 1/4. And then I backed it on shaded spruce. It's 2 1/2 by 3/4. Yep, 3/4. And I popped this up on dimensionals, and then I popped this up on dimensionals and just glued a little bit at the very bottom of the tree trunk, so it looks like the tree trunk's not just suspended in the air. So that is that card, and then I just used a strip of the leftover paper on the inside with Whisper White. So I think that came out pretty good. Pretty. And my last card, I wanted to use this spray stamp, but I didn't really feel like coloring anymore. I got lazy. Oh. Oh. Yeah, calico fabric. Yeah, because it's sort of the dainty swirly trees with the flowers on it. So on this one, I took a piece of shaded spruce and I used the Delicata Gold ink, Golden Glitz. Currently on back order, I think, but will be available again. Anyway, I stamped the spray thing 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So let me give you the measurements of this piece. It is about 3 1/2 by, I think, 4 3/4. 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. This is a standard A2 and the standard matte with the designer series paper of 5 1/4 by 4. And then I used a strip here through the middle, so it actually covered up the center spray most of the way. And then I stamped Christmas Begins with Love in cherry cobbler, and I punched that out with the Pretty Label punch, which is one of my favorite punches they have. Pretty Label. It's in the annual catalog. I used the shaded spruce bling from the holiday rhinestone pack. It's in the holiday catalog. And the ribbon again. And this time I tied a bow, just a small bow, and tucked it up there in the corner. So there's your bow, whoever was saying about, yeah, Penny. Oh, okay. Good night, Dia. And inside, I just used an extra piece of the designer paper and the Whisper White. So I think that came out pretty good. Are you able to see the gold? There we go. The gold spray. So let me bring all the cards in, and then I'll tell you what you have to comment and what you can win next week if you do comment and share. All right. Let's bring all these cards back. It's funny, I spent the most time on this one, I think, this morning, just trying to get that spider sort of right. I don't know. I'm done with Halloween now, I think. Then we had our Peace on Earth, two different, slightly different ways. One with it outlined. It does, I guess it does make it pop, especially on the white, a little bit better. So thank you, Penny. And then this one has the blue dots, and this one had the sequins, which, I don't know. I don't like the green tint I'm getting off of those with that card. Anyway, and this one with it on top, and this one with it on bottom. And then these two. Okay, so for next week, I would like you to comment what types of cards would you like to see more of? For example, my daughter today, when we were walking at lunchtime, said, I really mostly need kids' birthday cards. Do you do many kids' birthday cards? Well, you know, truthfully, I don't do too many except for my grandgirls. But they're always going to birthday parties, so she needs children's birthday cards. So that's something I need to think about more because that's not usually what I make. Or do you need thank you cards or congratulations cards or, you know, besides Christmas and holidays and stuff, what other types of cards would you like to see more of? Okay, that's the question I want you to answer in the comments, and you will have a chance to win. I guess what I'll do this time is I'll give you, whoever the winner is will have their choice of this Old Olive Baker's Twine unopened pack, or these basic brads, which are retired. Both of these are retired. And they're in mint macaron, white, and calypso coral, I think, and navy. There are some little ones, probably mostly white ones, missing out of this, but there's still quite a lot in here because you got 40 to begin with, and I don't use them that often, so just a couple out of that one. But you'll have your choice of one of those if you comment, and then if you share the video and post the link or tell me where you shared it so I can verify, you have a chance at whatever the other one is. Okay, so those are the prizes for next week, and I think that's pretty much it for this week. I'm sorry it's shorter time tonight. I just didn't want to take the time. I shouldn't say it that way. I'm just too tired to take the time to make more cards tonight. So don't forget Nick's host code, which I'm trying to find. Oh my gosh. I just had it. So sorry. Give you something else to look at, I guess. Give you the Winter Wonders to look at. But don't forget Nick's host code, which I'll find here in a second. Oh, here it is. Ta-da. Okay. If you'd like to place an order, please do. Nick's is trying to get some of the things out of the first Frost, or Feels Like Frost suite. And so if you could help her party along, we'd both greatly appreciate it. You have until Sunday, end of day, whatever that is for you, to order if you're in the States. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Philomeno. Thank you, Penny. Yes, I'm sure I'm going to sleep good tonight. I hope I am. And don't forget about Paper Pumpkin coming up. Really pretty ones, looks like. I don't know. I mean, these are cards and these are matching tags, but both look really pretty. So I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your evening to come craft with me, make some cards, and I will see you. I'm not sure there's going to be a Fun Fold Friday this week. I'll try, but with my mom's birthday coming up and stuff, I'm kind of busy. I'm not sure I'm going to get to that, but I'll try. So if I do, there'll be a Fun Fold Friday, and then I think I have a Pinspiration collaboration on Saturday, and I have end of month collab with Paige using up a 12 by 12 paper pad on Sunday. All right, and then Tuesday next will be our live again. Thank you so much for coming, guys. Don't forget, thumbs up if you didn't already. Subscribe if you're not already. Hit the notification bell to make sure you get all my notices. Join my Facebook group of the same name, Deb Houck's Crafty Cottage. It is a public group, so anybody can join. Just let me know how you found out about it, in case I don't recognize your name. And I'll let you in. And anybody can post on there that's in the public group, not just me, but I tend to be the one posting the most, so so far. So hopefully more people join and we'll get more people, posting their makes. Or if I inspire you to make a card and you make it, feel free to post a picture in there. I'd love to see it. Okay. Good night, everyone. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Hugs, love, and peace. Maybe. Night, Marla. I'm glad you got to join too.